It's just a little scoop. You can kind of get where you can use it for whatever. I'll send some of this stuff around. You can kind of take a look at and see. Turn them first to, turn them, try to get them around. Like none of these have I really tried to put a finish on. They're just, you can, if you decide you want to do it, you can always, you need to put the finish on everything except the inside while you're working it as a spindle before you turn it to the jig. The jigs that I used to hold it, I made a couple of them. This is the first one. You'll see numbers on here, and the reason it's numbered, when you drill this and when you get everything all set up and everything, you want it to go back the same way that it was. It's also marked here because it doesn't take very much to get those things off when you're trying to hold it. And actually, the inside sometimes I just barely true up here where the ball will fit next to it. So again, I'm going to kind of run this one around too. So Jim, if you'll kind of start that thing around. First thing I do is I start with a piece of wood that I'm going to use. This piece here happens to be about 6.5, just a little less than 6.5 inches long. It's just a piece of 8/4 poplar that I bought in there, and then I just run it through the table saw to try to get it pretty much square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round this first. First thing I'm going to do is just get it to a round cylinder. But how many new people do we have that really haven't turned much of anything? Okay, I'll try not to do anything I'm not supposed to do. Okay. So, sometimes that's hard to do. I'll try to explain what I'm doing for you people. It's probably going to be repetitive for a lot of other people who know what's going on, but basically what I've done here with this is I'm not concerned about trying to get the center on this end, but this end here, I have found the center and I have punched it. And I've run the live center up into that there, and I use that to kind of hold this as I took it down in the chuck. So it's basically pretty true to being as center as it can be. So I'll hold it there, and then we're just going to start. Supposed to check to be sure that the tool rest is not going to be hitting your work and one thing or another. I had already done that, so I should have told you, but always turn the thing by hand first to be sure it's not going to hit. Take your roughing gouge when you're going to rough it. You're going to put it next to the tool rest, put the handle next to you, and then just gently hit the bevel there where it ain't doing anything. Then raise it up just a little bit. Start down through there. I'm just going to keep doing that same thing until I get around. Getting close. Got a little flat spot. Now I'm going to try to take the skew and just get it a little, turn it off before you move the tool rest. I'm going to try to take the skew and maybe make it just a little bit smoother if I don't mess up. kind of hanging up on the tool rack, but hopefully we'll get through it. Now I'm going to take the calipers, I'm going to get the diameter. I'm going to try to make a spear on this end down here. The key is I'm going to try. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark, and then I'm also going to look here and see how big it is. It's just a little under 1 3/4 inches. So we're going to take it down just a little under 7/8 here. Should be the center. And I try to get this center one a little light because, whoop, I may have got a little dark. But anyway, I don't want to take that off. I want to try to keep the center line there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and take a parting tool and take this down here to where hopefully I've got the same length here that I have around here. I don't think I'm going to use that. I'll do it by eye, which always messes up, but you know, it's worth a try. I'm just trying to give myself a little bit of an advantage as to how to try to turn this spear, because I'm not very good at turning spears. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to cut down that line and take off that part of this. Now I'm going to do the same thing again, trying to do it here and here, which is kind of tough because you get part of it's still there. So it's just kind of a, hopefully, I guess about right. Any question except why it's not round?
What speed are you turning at?
1987. I don't know where I'm close enough on that or not. Yeah, we're pretty close. Not good. At this point, I'd go ahead and, I'm going to not sand very much, just a little bit because it's kind of, but this I would go ahead and try to sand it. Hopefully get my black line out of the middle of it, which would help a little bit. I've slowed it down sanding here. I'm turning it about 600. This is 220. I still don't like that down there. So we're going to try to work on it a little bit.
Is that the last cut?
Yeah. Famous last cut. This is it. Yes, it is. I think I better change to a different tool. And hopefully, it just looks like it's a little bit off here because for that to go on around there, that actually probably needs to kind of turn in a little more. on that sphere. So we're going to try to take a little more out right here. Famous last cut, huh? I think we're going to act like that's not there. This is 320. Need to slow this down. I can tell it's going way too fast because it gets hot really quick.
You know what the first thing you know is, don't you, Jim?
What's that?
Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
Yeah. I don't think.
What is that you're saying then with now?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like one of those 3M pads. This is one of the ones that's the purple or maroon colored one.
So
It's-
those regular woodworker pads, some type, or cleaning pads?
Yeah, it's actually one to polish with. You can buy them from woodworking places, or you can get them online or whatever. But they're years ago used to be a guy, Dan Marino, around this area that taught a lot of people one thing or other. He used this stuff all the time, and I kind of got away from it, and it really don't do all that good a job on this stuff. But if you get it sanded down to about 400 or 600, and then you start using that stuff on it, it will really polish it down better. It really will. Have you ever done that, Jim? Now I'm going to go ahead and try to turn the handle part of this thing. Well, actually, I guess I can do that for roughing it out. If you got any questions, go ahead and ask. I don't know that I've got any answers, but This is, right now all I'm trying to do is just get this handle turned. Trying to decide what I want it to look like, and I don't know.
Poplar good for turning these, or would maple or something be a little better?
Maple would actually probably be a little better, actually, particularly if you're going to really use it for something. This is more of a,
Demonstration.
I'm using this as a demo type thing, but you know, cherry, maple, something like that. Anything that's going to have a tighter, better, smoother grain for you to cut.
Do you have to
Yeah.
put something on to keep, if you use it for like coffee or something, the oils in the coffee?
Yeah,
And what's good for sealing?
well, your polyurethane probably is about the best you can put on there for that. Well, unless you wanted to go CA, but I mean,
Yeah.
it might be kind of hard down in there. You know, so. Okay, I think so. By the way, when you, for you new turners starting one thing or another, always be sure you got that bevel on there before you ever get that cutting part going into the wood, because I just about didn't do that right there, and you can get a nice big catch and you can mess up pretty easy. So always let it ride on there first. Let it do its thing here, then slowly turn it and move it into the wood and let it cut. And you don't have to do a lot of pushing or anything with this hand. Basically hold it down to the rest, and you're doing almost all of the work with your right hand. This one just merely kind of stabilizing it up here. I do so much of it this way, but it's basically the same thing. You're really pulling down with the thumb rather than doing a lot of the other stuff. But right there, see where I started to do that? You don't want to do that with that cutting edge in there. You can, if you got your thumb behind it and you're at the edge and you're trying to do it, and you're going this, your bevel is straight at it, and you push real straight at it gently and let it get started, then you can turn it and you're okay. But just better to put the bevel on first. See, that wing caught right there. See that? Can you see that there? That's what it does. Only it'll do a lot worse than that.
What angle bevel are you using on it?
This is a 45. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and try to smooth the rest of this out a little bit here first, and then we'll go ahead and try to take that off. No, as Mike said, no of them other last cuts here. A little bump right there. Now I'm going to try to cut this off of here halfway decent. So I'm going to use a skew to take it off. Hopefully it don't mess it up. Idea to push too hard. See where it tore the grain out of the end of it there?
Back up a little. There you go.
Right here. There it is, right there. So you'd have to do a lot of sanding to get that out of there.
Designed
Put your
to.
cup hook so you can hang it up.
I never thought about that. Put a cup hook in it. There you go. All right. That's for a cup hook, guys. That's a center. You're right. I knew there was a reason for that. I just remember what it was. Okay.
Big light pool.
Yes. I like that. That's all right. Okay. Better get this off of here.
Use it for a bobber.